But yeah, just so it's said, so it's on the record, so everybody here knows, I have no plans to vote for Joe fucking Biden. Sorry. Remember that responsible consumerism thing that I said this was about when I first started talking? That was kind of all of that was to get around to here. Responsible consumerism applies to everything, and they really are trying to sell you a product. And they should be, you know? They should be trying to sell you a product, and the thing is, if they don't sell you a product that you want to buy, don't fucking buy it! Because every year, and I know it's different this time, it's totally different. We've got an actual dictator, you know, who's trying to undermine democracy, and who's trying to, these are all realities way worse than it's ever been before. And the problem here is I don't know if you've heard the story of the little boy who cried wolf. See, the problem, for me, is that the Democratic Party has shouted every year that I've been alive, we know that you don't really like this candidate that we ran, but you're gonna need to get out there and vote for him. And next time, we'll give you a better candidate. We're really sorry, our bad, not gonna make that mistake again. See, people seem to forget what the end of that story is. The little boy who shouted wolf so many times, when there actually was a wolf, couldn't get anybody to come out! And that's where I am. And, you know, it's not a big change from my voting policy. In fact, I've been kind of on this policy for a while. I really have very loose plans to actually vote because I live in Detroit and I submitted for a mail-in ballot. I haven't received it. What are you gonna do? But I did request the ballot. I like to do everything that I possibly can to be ready to vote just so that I can say, okay, I saw what you were offering, I considered it all very carefully, and then I didn't fucking vote. And if there were, you know, if there's a representative out there who's actually, you know, if the fucking comptroller is making waves and saying the kind of things that I've been wanting to hear, then I'll vote for the comptroller. But no, I don't tick the fucking all one party box. Get out the vote has supplanted the concept of, you know, actual debate in public, like any actual politics, is just get out the vote. Don't forget to vote, everybody. You gotta vote. You don't vote, you made the problem. Not us, who didn't present you with any meaningful opportunities, didn't inspire you to get out and vote for anybody, even though we're a political party and that's our entire fucking job. It's not our fault, it's gonna be your fault that you didn't come out and vote against the fact that we didn't give you anyone to vote for. Yeah, I actually don't operate that way. And I don't accept the bullshit guilt-mongering of, you know, well, if Trump gets in and you didn't vote against him, then it's your fault. Yeah, let's blame the victim. Hey, what are you, bleeding from the fucking legs there? You're dressing the wrong way, aren't you? That is the level of victim shaming and victim blaming that I consider the Democratic Party's position on. If you don't vote, then it's your fault that we didn't get it. Well, you didn't present me with a fucking option. You and the other party colluded and conspired to make sure that on my ballot was nothing that is worth anything to me or any American citizen. And then you said, you need to vote. What? For what? For who? For you! Oh, I see! That's democracy in action! We fucked the ballot up so you don't have any fucking options. In my state, I don't have the option to fucking write in a candidate. I can't go out and find a third fucking party candidate who I like, who represents something, who's definitely not gonna win, so that I can throw my support behind them, so that they can slowly grow a grassroots fucking political party that can give us an option other than this bullshit. That's not there. Why? Because of the Democrats and the Republicans taking it off the ballot. I don't have the choice to vote. I have the choice to select you or the other guy you don't like. That's not democracy. So, you know, the whole, oh, but if you don't vote, it's your fault. No, I don't think so. I will maybe let you get away with that when you start saying, if you don't meet me at the Senate with a Molotov cocktail at 3 a.m., then it's your fault. I might accept that one, but participating in a system that everyone and their cousin, including the fucking people running, fully fucking willing to tell you is broken, doesn't work, ripped apart, doesn't make any goddamn sense. They'll complain about it the moment that it's slightly skewed against them, and then the next time that they get power, they'll set it back in a way that's skewed for them and have no fucking problem with it all of a sudden. Yeah, no, you want to guilt trip me on the fact that, you know, I haven't tracked down fucking Lindsey Graham with a sniper rifle. That I do feel a little guilty on. can't guilt trip me for choosing not to participate in a system that does not work, that is not for me, that is against me, and that shows no sign whatsoever of wanting to reform. You lost with Hillary against Donald Trump. Why? You relied on somebody who had an affiliation with a previous president for name recognition and offered a colorless, odorless centrist who your party did not turn out to support against Donald Trump. And then in the next election, against Donald Trump, you have chosen to rely on the name recognition of someone who has an affiliation with a previous president who is an odorless, colorless centrist representing nothing, made all the worse by the fact that Bernie fucking Sanders was leading your goddamn primaries until you started counting up the superdelegate votes where your own fucking party members and your insiders and your people of power and money and clout get tens of thousands of votes, overruling tens and thousands of your party's membership, and you're the Democratic Party? Huh. So when you say in public that you support the idea of getting rid of the electoral system because it's a scam and it's a sham and it separates people from their right to vote, and then in your own house, in your own primaries, give rich people and friends of yours more vote than the people who, you're supposed to be representing. Do I have any reason to believe, if you can't clean up your own fucking house, if the Democrats refuse to have democracy in their own fucking house, and you want to tell me that, put us in power and we'll fix it? Really? You mind cleaning up your own fucking room there, little Timmy? You want me to believe that you're gonna do something with my power other than use it against me, like you always have? And you can't be bothered to enact democracy in your own fucking backyard? Oh, yeah, no, I'm gonna rely on you. Yeah, no, let me go out and vote for someone who I don't want and makes me feel dirty walking. You know how many people I talked to, how many of my friends said after they voted for Hillary Clinton, because, we gotta go out and vote. I mean, it's Donald Trump. So they went out and voted for Hillary Clinton, and all they had to say was, I felt fucking scummy. I walked out feeling sick to my goddamn stomach. I'm not gonna feel sick to my goddamn stomach. Certainly not for Joe fucking Biden. Dude who got us here. Dude who fucking put the crack cocaine and powder cocaine disparities in fucking code in the government in the first fucking place. I'm not gonna vote for Mr. Old Rich White Power. The best, like what the Democrats are trying to sell right now to get people out who are like me to vote for fucking Joe Biden is, don't worry, once we've elected him, you can bully him into doing something that you actually want. That's their position right now in trying to get voters on board for voting yet again for a candidate that they didn't want and didn't elect and didn't want in the fucking primaries. Don't worry, we'll be able to bully him into doing things that right now he says he doesn't want to do and he's not for and is not representative of your interests, but we'll be able to bully him. Oh, cool. Let me go out and vote for a president who can be bullied. How about you just present a candidate that we want that actually represents our interests and that's actually going to help, with this whole planet on fire issue of global warming, with the slight issue of, if you're not rich, maybe you don't have to die when you get sick. There's an idea. What if we had a functioning fucking healthcare? Did you have a primary candidate who represented those issues and who's been representing those issues since who has pictures of himself with Martin Luther King? And but Joe Biden? And you overrode the will of your own constituency to do so with your superdelegate votes. Oh, yeah. No, you guys are the guys. You're gonna save this. Look at what I'm doing right now. Am I a god? I'm a fucking god. There weren't any trucks. I don't need fucking trucks. Yeah, no, these are the people I need to vote for. This is, Let me get out and feel dirty for you guys one more time because you refuse to participate with your own electorate. We're defending democracy and the rule of law. We all need to get out and vote for this one. Defending it from whom? Donald Trump, sure. Okay, and then whose hands do we put it in? Sorry? Sorry? Anyone who represents democracy and the rule of law? Anybody? Anybody? Oh no, the Democratic Party. Oh, and their insider fucking stooge. Oh yeah. No. Yeah, I'm getting out. Hang on. Just gotta make sure the fucking gas tank is topped off for this motherfucker. I'll be ready. And it's a weird position to be in because I don't want to be sitting here fucking, you know, discouraging other people from voting because I really want to see Trump out of the fucking White House, you know? I really want to see Trump out of the fucking White House. Just our fucking culture I'd like to have back. Just not having to spend every day in the shadow of the president's latest fucking tweet. Aren't his new clothes so spectacular? Don, you're naked in that picture. I would love for him to be out of the presidency. And it's, well, then you need to do something about it. Get out and vote. Okay, give me someone to vote for. We'll go back to the status quo where nothing's happening, nothing's changing, nothing's really getting better. And meanwhile, because the message sent by the fucking Democratic Party is, yeah, you guys can run a fascist dictator, nepotistically undermines everything that, you know, has been built in government by the American people for the American people since its start. You guys can run him. And then we'll push back. We'll pull on the other end of this tug of war with a kind of right-leaning moderate centrist. In other words, win or lose, conservatism is winning. Win or lose, thanks to the Democratic Party, neoliberalism wins. Because the conservatives tie a fucking backhoe up to their end of the rope. And the Democrats, they go and they eat a bunch of fucking popcorn and go out to brunch. Then they come back and their fingers are covered in fucking, that slimy, not actually popcorn butter juice, and then they grab the rope and pretend to make a fucking effort. You got a backhoe on the other end. They're cheating. And this is the best you can do. Joe Biden, that's what we're gonna offer you. Well, then guess what? You don't get my vote. Sorry. I don't care what's on the line, because for me, what's on the line is not just the next 4 years. And if you, the Democratic Party, can see this situation and decide to run Joe fucking Biden when you've got Bernie standing there saying, I'll do it, then maybe what this country needs is another 4 years of Trump. This country is fucking doomed. It is a failed experiment as it sits here today. And I question on a daily basis whether or not I should just leave. Should I stick around and try and help, or should I just fucking go? Because I don't see any really good indication, yeah, baby, that there is any saving of this country right now. Really, I'm kind of just hoping for war to break out in the streets.
As far as I'm concerned, they could burn this bitch to the ground. And they are lucky that what black people are looking for is equality and not revenge.
And I want to just call upon Black America today to say, please, vengeance. Please, vengeance. Save us. White America's just too goddamn fucking comfortable and cocky and arrogant, and they got too many goddamn benefits. They can assume that when they get pulled over, they're just gonna get a ticket or a warning as opposed to get shot in the back. So they're a little bit, you know, they got air conditioning, and they got their fucking radial tires, and they're fine. So I think it's gonna be down to the 30% of the American population who's non-white to pull this thing back for us. Everybody else is just too fucking comfortable with the fact that, you know, Black America is over-police, overcharged, over-convicted, and over-sentenced. But there's no racism left. It's 2020. Why are we even talking about this stuff? It's over. We wrote the laws. They're in place. It's working. Can we just get over it already, guys? So yeah, Black America, please, for the love of God, take your vengeance. Don't seek equality, seek domination, all right? I think I might have become, somewhere in this long road that we've been walking with Trump, I might have become a proponent for an ethno-state, and what I want is Black America. That's the ethno-state I want to live in. Can we get that? Because this ain't working. Hasn't been working from the beginning, ain't getting any better, nobody gives a fuck, except for the people who are being fucked. And they're not fucking white America hard enough for them to give a shit, apparently. I mean, that's where I am. Like, what is the hope for this? What is the hope for any of this fucking country at this point? Do you have any hope for this country? You know? There's nothing. They have nothing for us. The American dream is making a bunch of money while taking advantage of a bunch of assholes, and if you're not in that club, there's no dream for you. Democratic Party, unrepresentative of the people. Republican Party, unrepresentative of the people. How many other parties do we have that are viable? None. Why? Because the Democratic and Republican Party made it so. So the hope, then, the hope that we have all that hope, all that Obama hope. Somebody let me know what it is that we're supposed to be auguring for at this point. Because as far as I can tell, best chance, the best hope is for civil war. Outside of that, outside of something to completely disturb, unrest, and unsettle the mass and multitude of systems that are being used to keep the people in power while disrespecting any notion that this country is the property of the American people. Short of something to disrupt that, I don't see what we've got. Should it be like an asteroid? Is it, so me calling for civil war, is that like, that's a little bit too, that's not right. You can't say that out loud. I'm just trying to figure it out. What is it that I'm hoping for here? Words and actions, people. One of them counts for something. The other doesn't. Look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. Huh? He went right around the corner? He's right up front? And there's nothing shaking. I can't take any poppers. There we go. I've got the ballot coming. If there's a proposal that I can vote for, then I'll vote for it. If there's a person who represents my interests, I'll vote for him. Which, at this point in time, looks like I won't be voting. It's as simple as that. Like, the economy of voting is actually really simple and doesn't actually, there's no chess involved, but if we don't get them, then they'll get us, because see, it starts with that statement, we need to vote against them. There is no we, because the we that you're trying to just enforce here is we, liberals, Democrats, leftists, but you, as the Democratic Party, are not liberal and are not leftist and do not represent me or all the other people who you're saying we to. But you say it so often, people start to believe it. They start to buy into your two-party bullshit. The American system of democracy no longer functions, and that's why you need to vote. Gerrymandering, redistricting, electoral college, losing ballots. Certain districts don't get fucking voting booths, and they just happen to be black usually. Those places where the poor people, black people are not having. All these things that they talk about and then say, and that's why it's so important that you need to get out the vote. Our Congress, our Senate, our representatives, not only are they not gonna like fix it in the future, but they're not gonna like say, okay, well, since we have evidence, which is just turning on the television and watching the president's news conference. People are trying to tamper with this election cycle during a pandemic by fucking with the mail system. We're not gonna hold the polls open. We're not gonna allow people to submit and let them be counted. You need to get out and participate with that voting system, because they're trying to keep you from being able to vote. And they actually have, and they've been doing it for hundreds of years, and nothing's changed under their rule. Which is why you need to get out and vote. For one of them. And not that one, but this one. The idea of going out to vote is like, okay, so you want me to go to vote for Joe Biden, who created the laws that we're now electing him in the hope that he'll change his mind and repeal. And we don't know that he'll change his mind, but maybe we can bully him when he's in. You want me to go out and vote for someone who I don't want in order to get someone else out of office, which is what you've been saying all, since the dawn of time. And you want me, in order to participate with the system, where my ballot may be discarded or discredited by someone who has an agenda after the fact that I vote, you want me to literally risk my fucking life to do it for Joe Biden. I gotta say, it's kind of a hard sell for me. I think I'm gonna be staying home Tuesday. That brings us to the end of this happy live stream and speedrun. 8.9 inches of diggity D will be coming your way in the mail along with a ballot that you might not receive in time, and maybe it doesn't come. And if it does come and you fill it out and return it, maybe someone will legally throw it away because it was in the mail, and then because one guy in office says that, and then the postmaster, he said that it's cool if you just leave mail on the ground. But you will be receiving 8.9, and if it doesn't come, just assume that it's lying in the gutter next to your ballot. America! Fuck yeah! For I am the Ronin Bull. It's a hell of a time to be alive. May you live in interesting times, friends. And boy do we. Slightly psychotic political ranting there. A little bit. I mean, at this point, if you're not at least moderately psychotic, where have you been the past 4 years? On out! Because not voting is my way of doing that. I'm holding up like the chalice of, like, you know, holding people accountable, and then the Democratic Party maybe will actually start running people who represent us. But I don't actually believe that they will, which means that I actually don't believe in American democracy to continue existing, and that it is completely dead, and that there's no hope for any of us. Is where, you know, because you either believe you can hold them accountable and they'll change, or you don't, and I don't think that they'll change. So I guess it's done. Like, all of it.